Now, for months, you might have thought that fighting in the western Sudanese region of Darfur was over. In fact, a ceasefire has been in existence and been abided by. That is, until the weekend, when fighting between Sudanese government forces and those from the rebel Sudan Liberation Movement Minnawi group in north and east Darfur broke out once more. It's left many casualties on both sides, but there's been claim and counterclaim as to who started it and broke the ceasefire. The UN mission in Darfur, meanwhile, has voiced its concerns and warned the fighting is a setback to peace efforts in the region. Khartoum claims Egyptian armoured vehicles and tanks were seized in the fighting. When I asked Minnawi, leader of the SLM, about the claim that his forces entered the region in order to launch the attack.
My forces already there in Sudan. They never crossed from anywhere. What happened in 20 of May, the government of Sudan launched the attack and launched the escalations against my forces in order to maintain so-called status quo. Because they are waiting in July, they are waiting from America to lift the sanctions, and that is why they want to create the new situation.
How would a new situation benefit them? What is this new situation you talk about?
Now they've been defeated. Also, there is a very high tensions between us, the government right now. I believe that this situation jeopardized, and also it will be very bad for them.
It's interesting that you say the government launched an attack on the 20th of May, because according to the Sudanese government, they say your forces launched 2 attacks in both North and East Darfur, and that you are the ones who broke the ceasefire.
Which is not true. We committed and declared the ceasefire, that we declared bilateral cessation of hostilities. We never escalated that things. We never started this insurgency. This has been started by the government. The area upper north there in Wadi Hawar, it is almost 300 miles from the cities. So, for what reason I attack in the desert?
Can I ask you, Mr. Minnawi, what would you say to the allegation that perhaps it suits you to have the war resumed, to have conflict in Darfur resumed, because it then tells the world, well, it's not exactly as peaceful as the past few months have shown, and that in fact the sanctions, which you just mentioned a few minutes ago that America wants to lift, shouldn't be lifted against the Sudanese government, and that's why perhaps you've relaunched the fighting in the area?
It is not true. We don't care about the lifting the sanctions or not, because we are Sudanese. We need the Sudan, stable Sudan. The government of Sudan, which has created this bad situation, there is more than 7 million Sudanese right now, refugees and IDPs. And also there is a segregations of the killing and execution of the people by the indigenous people. Now they've been discriminated by the government. This situation, it is apartheid situation, exactly when was going in South Africa.
Mr. Minnawi, there has been a lull in the fighting, though, for quite some months now. Could it be that there are just a few renegade soldiers loyal to the government, but a handful, who maybe launched this attack, and that maybe, in fact, the Sudanese government, could you believe, might still be genuinely keen to maintain peace in the region?
I don't think that the government of Sudan is keen to maintain the peace in the region, even in the Sudan. Government of Sudan now, they are just making the scenario to let EU believe that they are fighting illegal immigration, which is they are even themselves, the government of Sudan agencies themselves, they are using the what is called transporting of the people from a different area in Africa to the Mediterranean, and this is what the government of Sudan doing.
Minnawi, leader of the rebel Sudan Liberation Movement fighting in Darfur.